he's real.
Best Buy's blue shirts make it easy to get back to school with the best tech. Tech to impress at Best Buy.
What's it like to be in good hands? Man, it's like pure power at your fingertips. Like the power to earn Allstate reward points every time I drive.
Want my number?
And cash back for driving safe. And the power to automatically find your car. I see you, car, and I got the power to know who's coming and when if I break down. You must be Jerry. Hey, N means getting more from your car insurance with the all-powerful DriveWise app.
It's good to be in good hands.
New. What happened to you? Slapped on every package? Thrown on every label? Oh, how the new have fallen. So what would happen if we stopped looking for new and started asking for better? This. The 2017 Hyundai Elantra with smartwatch connectivity. Not just new, better.
To be on the river. Coming up, by the way, program note for you, this Tuesdays in the fall, NCIS Michael Weatherly returns to CBS in a new legal drama called Bull. It's Tuesdays this fall on KDKA TV. Landry Jones back on the field, looking to get things going, and momentarily we'll have an injury report for you. Steelers had a few last week, one of them to Bruce Gradkowski. Which means tonight you're going to see Landry Jones start, and as Charlie said, probably the first half and the second half Dustin Vaughn, and they'll be really watching what he can do, especially in the accuracy department. He's got a big arm, but it's about completing some of these passes. Getting stride. There's a pick right there. Stepping in front of Sammy Coates and heading for the end zone. That is Nolan Carroll.
Going up against the Redskins.
And quickly, just like that, the Eagles are on the board with a defensive pick six. We saw the Steelers get one last week. This time, it's Philadelphia.
Watch Sammy Coates here. Stutters at the top of his route. Quarterback right here. Intercepts the pass, jumps in front of it right there. That's something that you cannot allow that happen if you're Sammy Coates. You at least have to defend that football and knock it down.
Yeah, it was kind of flat-footed there. That's a 38-yard pick six. He turned on the Jets and got in. That's something that obviously you don't want to do as a quarterback, but you're right. The wide receiver has some culpability there.
You think it's one to watch, don't you?
Definitely one to watch because these guys can create such big plays. All the different things they can do.
This one is up and good, so Philadelphia, just like that,
in the slot,
scores first, uses their defense to do it. A 38-yard pick six for Nolan Carroll.
Defensive back, they create mismatches all throughout the game.
We'll be back with the Steelers back on offense right after this on KDK.
There are Pinion now to kick this one away.
But only a few are must-play events. You know the ones I'm talking about.
This is fielded a couple yards deep.
Welcome to the World Cup of Cards. August 18th to
and he'll be
September
brought
14th.
down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
It's not just about Hold'em, it's about all variants of the game. Beat them with skill.
Leading Washington onto the field, it's their guy, Kirk Cousins.
It's interesting, partner. I was actually talking with someone from Washington's personnel department. I asked him, hey, how about your season? He said, all comes down to our quarterback.
You want affordable auto insurance from a company that provides great customer service? Check out The General.
At The General, monthly payments are low, and you can get immediate online proof of insurance.
Get your anonymous online quote with low payments and rise at The General.
Perfect.
Now the first carry for Matt Jones. Uses the stiff arm. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. A good run there on first down, and they'll leave him with a second and two.
Coffee, but she doesn't know
there Matt Jones, the ball carrier, last year only 3.4 yards per carry. Did have some explosive plays though in the passing game.
It restores minerals to a animal in the running game from him now as well because the volume of carries for him will
When your pain
increase.
strikes, it's at the nerve level. Now you can lidocaine your pain.
Second down following the run.
This powerful anesthetic penetrates quickly to desensitize aggravated nerves with the max strength lidocaine available.
Lidocaine your pain with new icy hot lidocaine.
Jesse James, tight end position. When you see number 2 go out, Spurious corner, he'll read that, understanding that the curl route was coming right behind that. You can see Carroll right here jumping the curl route, steps right in front of that.
38 yards later, Nolan Carroll. Fifth pick in 2010 by Miami.
And the Redskins
if I remember correctly, I may be wrong, but he was the guy, I remember that incident on the sidelines where Sal Wilson, the Jets special teams assistant, tripped a player.
That was him?
I think that was him.
Not what you call a dominance,
That was a few years ago. That was a few years ago. I think it was. He was with the Dolphins at the time, so that adds up. We'll find out. Here's the return now for Sammy Coates. He gets across the 20 again. This year, if it's kicked out of the end zone, you get to the 25. That's going to fall short of that as the Steelers go back to work. Now it's time to check the UPMC injury report. Charlie, Gradkowski could be a few weeks for him.
Yeah, he's a few weeks out. I mean, one thing about it, Kevin Cole, they didn't go out and immediately sign a quarterback. They want to see what they have in Landry Jones and Dustin Vaughn before they have to make a decision here in a few weeks. So this game is very important because, you know, Ben Roethlisberger's coming back next week and probably will play a half.
Chickalo injured himself last week. He's not dressed tonight, and of course, Darius Green remains out. So the Steelers certainly have some opportunities here for younger players to make an impression. Coates now in motion. Jones looking to set up a little bit of screen. Now there's going to be there trying to get Toussaint, but a nice play there. Benny Logan to put the pressure on, and also Jordan Hicks, who seemed to interrupt that screen.
It's an interesting situation.
Hicks was playing man-to-man coverage, did a nice job of sniffing out the screen, causing that errant throw by Landry Jones. Really, that was the only play because there was nothing there.
Now they broke it down, well diagnosed by Philadelphia.
But I think he's going to get a great opportunity in the rest of the preseason, and he may very well start week 1
All
of
these
the
guys
NFL
seem to really like his defense. Out of football last year, back in it now as the defensive coordinator here under Doug Peterson. Jones this time goes to Hayward Bay, and he gets across the 30. And that's going to be good enough for first down yardage for Otis McKelvin and Najee Good.
It'll be second down.
Nice job by Landry Jones getting to his number 2 receiver there. He was trying to hit Eli Rogers up the seam. That was covered. Came off of it. One-on-one on the outside by Hayward Bay there. Enough to pick up for a first down.
That is 12 yards right there, so need to do more of that. Keep possession of the ball and march down the field. 7-0. Eagles have the lead on a Nolan Carroll 38-yard pick six, early stages of this football game. Stepped in front of a pass intended for Sammy Coates. It's Gerald Toussaint now with much better than head down, pulling ahead, picks up some extra yards afterwards. Fletcher Cox is on top of him. And Logan also involved.
When you talk about mobile quarterbacks,
see, they want to see Jesse James here seal off the outside. Did a nice job here, pinning out 75, creating the separation. Fitz did a nice job of picking up 4 yards on that play.
Instead, they keep losing yardage and losing yardage and digging
in a
themselves a
battle
hole
with
that they can't get
Darrell
out of.
Richardson, who had a big game last week. 44 yards to lead everyone in rushing, and those two guys may be battling for the 3rd spot. As the Steelers await word on Le'Veon Bell. Still nothing on that. Eli Rogers, 17. He converted a 3rd and short earlier now. On the field once again. Pump fake. Incomplete over the middle. Hayward Bay's looking for flags. He's going to get him.
Defense going with a nickel look.
Looks like Leotis McKelvin or Rodney McLeod, one of those two, interfered.
Incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
A lot of teams love to throw screen passes. They want to tire out defenses because they make them run a lot. But there are a lot of moving parts on a play for an offense when they call that.
Gene's territory.
Because you got the linemen that have to move. You have the wide receivers have to get out and vacate. Get the running back that's got to make a little fake and
Hayward
get
Bay
out to the
trying to
right.
come off of it. McKelvin is holding him.
He's got a
the
hold in there.
experience of Hayward Bay right there, just throwing up his hands saying, "Ref, give me one right there," and they were able to get the freebie for the first down.
Brought in 2 former Buffalo Bills as their starting corners at this point. Leotis McKelvin and Ron Brooks, of course.
Redskins will take
McKelvin spent time under Schwartz when Schwartz was in Buffalo, so he knows him and likes his system. Andrew Jones with
Washington as they come on the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
They have offensive pass interference. Nolan Carroll was back in coverage.
Take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time.
Number 14,
seeing that play
10-yard penalty.
Just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays.
Let's check this out. Kind of looked like incidental ticky-tackle, which didn't look all around the replay.
You see the ref is standing right behind, right at the last minute. You'll see Coach put his hand out, hand on the defender, pushes off right there. Referee calls that every time. I know he would like to have that go offensive way, but I just think he doesn't have to put his hand on it. He trusts that the ball will get over the defender.
But the encouraging news, he made the catch, even though it was out of bounds. So it's been a rough couple of weeks for Sammy Coates. Hand off again. Fitzgerald Toussaint. Opening closes quickly as Ron Brooks comes up to the corner position.
But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
You can see Todd Haley still trying to stay within the system here. I know it's 1st and 20. They want to see what they can do with the run game. They want to get as many carries for Fitz Toussaint as much as possible in this first half of the first offensive line.
First down, Redskins.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do
Second
is
down
make
now
the
for Landry
defender think
Jones.
he's going
Steelers
upfield.
trail 7-0. Pouncey's still in at center. Quick air goes to Rodgers. Jesse James trying to lead block, and he gets some nice yardage. He finally gets dragged down by Nolan Carroll. He got a lot of that back, like tucking his head. He's a pretty elusive guy, Charlie.
Yeah, this is a guy that Ben Roethlisberger loves. He's been working a lot with him throughout training camp. They want to see him, see what he can do in that slot. Marcus Wheaton has missed a lot of time this training camp, which Eli Rogers was able to benefit.
And taking it across midfield and inside
Eli Rogers out of Louisville.
It's a gain of
got
11
injured
yards
last year,
that
so it's
time,
kind of frustrating for him. He's back now looking for this opportunity, especially with the Martavis Bryant situation. There is opening at receiver.
This drive with another big gain, another first down.
His offense still would love to average 30 a game. They have the weaponry to do it. We'll also talk about some offensive linemen who are in the game now. And there's a pass against Rodgers, and it's Brooks who gets him right by his shoestrings, but not before he moves the chains for another first down. There's that speed, that elusive ability, and another first down for the Steelers.
This play right here is a total one-man read by Eli Rogers. He has to get open. It's a choice route underneath. He was able to get right underneath the defender enough to pick up the first down. You can see he almost comes up out of this tackle right here. He's able to pick his feet up.
Jones, what do you have to say,
Ryan Harris, by the way, was in earlier, number 68, for Marcus Gilbert.
He ran
Still is over there, I
it
believe.
forced everyone to change their opinion. Matt Jones is a three-down
what a
back.
year he had. We have really not seen him, and he was Mr. Shutdown on the right side of that offensive line. Toussaint gets across the 40 down to the 36, 37-yard line. Malcolm Jenkins was the first to meet him.
You talk about Marcus Gilbert there. I mean, this is a guy who really, I felt he should have made the Pro Bowl last year. He had a phenomenal year. Obviously, he was overshadowed, but typically what happens is get name recognition the first year, you typically make it the following year. So we're looking for him to continue to keep up all the good work.
Marcus Gilbert allowed only 1 sack in 18 games, stopping players like Justin Houston, Carlos Dunlap, Khalil Mack in 3 straight weeks, and even against Super Bowl MVP Von Miller.
And here
did
comes
not
play
allow
number
a sack
6 on this drive.
And there's another first down run for the Steelers. A nice play, good blocking there. Fitzgerald Toussaint follows Harris.
They come out here in the eye. They'll try and run for it with Jones.
You can see it. We're going to look at Matthews pouncing on his block here. Nice job picking up the linebacker right here. Cutting him off, making that crease. Little fix right there, allowing him to stick the first down.
It is still early.
This is great to be able to see Marcus pouncing out there again, man. He missed all of last year. To see him out there running competing and go out there and play in this preseason is something special to see.
Yes, it is. After everything he went through. 25 yards rushing now for Toussaint. He cuts back.
So the run
trying
moves
to get
the
inside,
chains,
could
and here we
not do
go
it.
on first down.
Once again, it's Barwin there who makes that tackle.
And they'll keep on the ground.
Well, you mentioned Pouncey. Just so much that he had to
For
go
one of
through
the
last
few
year. First of all,
times
was
here
to
today,
get
this
rolled up
run's
by
not going to go
Hopkins.
anywhere. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and
after
it'll be
he had
second
surgery, he
down.
had 4 more surgeries, and he had intravenous antibiotics. He was telling us, and I mean, 7 surgeries in all, and he wondered about his playing career, maybe potentially.
You did, and he stayed upbeat. He was around the team, still trying to be a part of it. And like I said, he has a phenomenal training camp thus far.
All right, pressure from the outside. It's contained underneath Toussaint.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28.
It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Leotis McKelvin.
Well, Brandon, he's having a great day, and sometimes that just happens. It is the NFL. They will make some plays against you.
Nice job of getting to the check down here. See David Johnson figuring out, do I pick the linebacker up? Do I pick the corner up? You have to pick one of them up because at least fits in the opposite situation. He's not able to read the block.
Alejandro Villanueva at left tackle, looking to sort of bounce back from last week. He had a couple of sacks allowed plus a holding penalty. This is a 3rd and short now for the Schools as they spread it out. Jones looking in the flat as his man Jesse James, and he gets first down yardage to the 20 to the 15-yard line.
That was a passer's nightmare.
James, another quick little hitter, and it's
shut
successful.
down by the defense. They kept going backwards,
Jesse James,
hoping to find another avenue of escape.
Working the route in the flat route, deliver the football with accuracy. You can allow your runner to run with the football to turn up the field. You get just enough the first down.
5th different receiver in this drive so far for Landry Jones, and when you take a look at that position battle,
so now
on
comes the
in there.
field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here.
As does Roosevelt Nix, but still no Ladarius Green. That's a key part of it.
That's a key part. You have no idea when Green is going to come back and be ready for this football team.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short.
For the first time,
no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up in
nice job of Graham reading on the outside, understanding it's running. You really just shot the gap and was able to make that play.
That's a guy who's a disturber back there. He, out of Michigan, a former first-rounder, 23.5 career sacks plus 12 forced fumbles. He's very good at negative yardage plays against the opposition. 13th play of the drive comes here. Students looking to get on the board. Philadelphia leads 7-0 on a pick six by Nolan Carroll. Here's an end around. Sammy Coates following David Johnson. Makes it over the 10 to the 7-yard line.
Sometimes it's
and
more
that's going to be close to first down yardage. Sammy Coates taking advantage of a nice block.
And what I like about it, you have Todd Haley putting the football back in this guy's hands. Last week, had 2 balls on the ground. Here he is again running with the football here, able to secure it, getting enough down. That should build his confidence. Look at him coming around the edge here. Nice job cutting upfield. He has to read 52 there.
Following the penalty, it's Hyde.
So far, this is becoming an 8-minute drive. This is what you like to see if you're a head coach. Time of possession, but the most important thing, Charlie, they had a lot of yards last week. This team's number 1 in yards per play, but you got to get red zone points and not just field goals, right?
Absolutely. Todd Haley worked a lot at
for
that.
sure. He said in the season, he told us he's happy to be in a chip down
the end zone. The intended receiver is Colby Hamilton, and instead it's going to be Malcolm Jenkins who comes away. Contact right at the point
after this timeout
of attack there. The ball flies in the air. Jenkins makes the play, and this drive goes for 9.
Here it is, Kobe going up for the football. Not able to get the left hand in. Ball stays up just high enough. 27 there. Jenkins for the interception.
Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. It's the 49ers in control of the football. They're looking at a second and short yardage to start things out.
Hold up. Does it sound like we're more than 2 people right now?
How did 2 young men land a $300 million Pentagon contract?
They run it again with Hyde. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of down.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Jamie Foxx here for Verizon. According to a leading independent test of 108 top cities in the country,
so
Verizon won the most consistently fast speeds in 90 cities.
Jamie Foxx here for Sprint, also just as fast.
You're not fooling nobody with this. How many cities did Sprint win? 4. And in 55 cities, Sprint was dead last.
Escaping the pressure right.
Faster.
I feel like you should read the chart.
Don't get fooled by cut rate
Torrey
networks.
Smith,
Get the
the
best.
intended
And now
receiver.
get 4 free Samsung Galaxy phones, 4 lines, and 16 gigs for just $150. Only on Verizon.
No one covers game day like game day.
Football is most certainly back.
We started up first.
This is where all the fun begins.
Get you ready for kickoff.
He can play inside, outside.
The best receiver in football has been made for us.
Second down
Deliver the
after the
latest highlights and
incompletion.
interviews.
Season that we've had, it's as special as you can imagine.
And we're there to wrap up your day.
That's how you win football games.
We've got you
Kaepernick will try
covered.
again on second down. Now there's a flag on the
game
field.
day.
And he's going to lose yardage
Only on
here.
NFL Network.
It's the hashtag time to shine. Join the conversation. Which Steeler position battle are you most interested in tonight's game? You can also
So the defensive
find us at
holding
Charlie
penalty here, Charles.
KD
Get
Pump. We'd like to
outside
hear
at
from you.
5
We will
yards
read some of these
downfield, and you get Granby
tweets
with an
later
offensive player.
in tonight's
The flag will
broadcast.
come out every time.
Sam Bradford
First set
still
of
in
downs
at
here.
quarterback, and this is a little philosophical difference here, Charlie. The Eagles are going to go with their starters at 1.25. The Steelers have elected not to use some of their key players, which is a little different than Mike Tomlin has done in previous games, at least offensively.
They got him for a sack.
Yeah, you typically do, but at the same time, you want to see if your backups are capable of matching up. They feel they can, that's why they're going to play them exactly the method that Mike Tomlin wants to do. Order for your starters, not even that, but they want to see the backups play at least 2.5 quarters a day if possible.
Play was that drive was 14 plays. It occupied 8:38, no points.
So, and that's something that you can't have, especially when you get to the red zone. It should be a minimum of 3 points, no turnovers, and that's something that you always stress as a quarterback. Mike Tomlin always does that.
This is the end of the first quarter.
All right, 1 quarter is in the books. The only points came by a defensive team, the Philadelphia Eagles, who only had 2 minutes and 50 seconds of clock time. They lead 7-zip on a big six.
The sigh of relief all the way up here.
Football is back. Adrian Peterson leads the Vikings into a showdown against Russell Wilson and the Seahawks.
Retain possession, no turnover.
Seahawks, tonight at 10, live on NFL Network.
In the secondary.
It's a new day, and there are things you need to know.
Whistles here, and I think one of the big boys for the 49ers might have joined
football things.
I plugged Harry Potter. I've talked about Game of Thrones.
Bring it back to sports.
Good Morning Football, Monday through Friday at 7, only on NFL Network.
And following that penalty, the offense really backed up now on 3rd down.
Never underestimate the power of Energizer. Our longest lasting Energizer Max ever.
Looks for White, but it's intercepted.
That's a one-piece break.
David Blue. And these guys are going to get the football
that's a famous bowl.
28-yard line.
Tenders for a $5, and that's my 2-piece original recipe. Also $5. That's 5 real meals, each for $5. KFC. It's finger-licking good.
This is an ill-advised throw right here, as it winds up being picked off easily.
Outstanding special gift. An original recipe with only 3 ingredients and all of them natural. I also have a special gift.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to
Tonight's game is brought to you by Pepsi, the official soft drink of the Pittsburgh Steelers. By Planet Fitness, the home of the judgment-free zone. And by West Shore, bringing happiness to every home. All right, we're back, and now it's time to check out the Bordas and Bordas scoreboard. How about those Pirates? They're going to gain again. It looks like maybe on the Marlins, who are losing to Cincinnati in the bottom of the second, 3-0. Pirates come off a road trip, which they go 5-1. San Francisco and Los Angeles, and they're right back, playing better than any of the wild card teams.
They make sure the receiver has his body in front of the defender.
Bradford delivers right on the money to Aguilar. And Aguilar is down at about the 31-yard line. That'll be good for first down yardage.
They come out here in the eye.
Well, we have a tweet already.
On 3rd down,
this take long. A lot of people like Twitter.
That play is blown up.
This comes to us from
back at the 35.
Appleseed Sports. I am intrigued by the Steelers tight end battle. The winner will likely be
so while the
a week 1
offense has had
starter.
a big day, no one on that
at this
side
point,
of the ball is
it's
excited
definitely
about seeing
Jesse
a loss
James.
like
But
that.
they're going to need depth
Their goal
over the course of a long season. There's no question. Not much game there, right, Charlie? I mean, hopefully, Ladarius Green will be able to get things together and play.
Yeah, you hope so. We don't know when Green is going to come back on the practice field. He missed all of training camp that they just broke today. So that question will still be up in the air. Jesse James, on the other hand, they expect him to be the #1 tight end. He lost 12 pounds during the course of the offseason, getting ready for this year. He's done a nice job, but they need help. They need to figure out who's going to be behind him for that depth.
And the Niners will go on offense.
Bradford will be the starting quarterback for the Eagles. Their #1 pick this year got hurt last week. Carson Wentz. Not much on the game. Good plays by the Steelers up front. Bradford, back in April, demanded a trade with the Eagles. Made 2 trades to move up to take Carson Wentz.
When the big guy
and a lot of
gets
people in
hit,
Philadelphia said that's the wrong attitude to have.
Hey, we can't let this happen.
He came here. He signed a 2-year deal for $23 million. They brought in another guy, Chase Daniel, who
that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe
at the same time, they got to do what they got to do, right?
Yeah, they absolutely have to help out the offensive line so it doesn't get hit as much.
We'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going
forward. But he's the guy now he should worry about.
2 receivers left.
Absolutely. He's missed a lot of time. 33 of the last 50-some games over the last 5 years.
Penalty marker is down here.
Lawrence Taylor back there in coverage, and that'll force a punt situation. Timmons with a nice play. But when you miss his man, he had back-to-back years where he had ACL injuries, and that slowed him down in St. Louis.
Yeah, and that's something that, and you can see, missing all of those games, the high cap numbers, he's supposed to be the starter for the Los Angeles Rams at this point, but now here he is in Philadelphia and trying to figure out if he's going to be the quarterback moving forward over the next couple of years, because right now Carson Wentz is down with an injury. He has to now continue to take that next step as well.
Ronnie Jones, who had a 61-yard punt earlier. High hander here for Eli Roberts. He's going to let it go.
They go screen pass to High.
Smart play. That'll come out. It's 59 yards on that one.
12 yards
the Steelers get it back after shutting down the Eagles.
Second down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you gotta like the look of it.
We will take a break.
Pittsburgh
looking to get on the board there. An impressive drive the last time. It resulted in nothing. We'll try to change that next.
Catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Will be someone in this group this morning that will make an NFL team.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll make it 31.
This is your opportunity. This is your chance.
Something that's working,
Just
and
end with no regrets.
I guess you could actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times.
Discover
yeah,
how
right, maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply, if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1.
Jazz up your summer style. Right now at Men's Warehouse, buy one, get one free on most suits, sport coats, sportswear, and ties. Plus, designer wool dress slacks for $59.99. Men's Warehouse, rise to the occasion.
Was a great baseball player drafted as a pitcher. He kind of showed his arm right there, didn't he?
And end up with a whole lot more.
Where an Olympic Games shopping list can turn into a shopping spree.
I have the best surprise.
Where you come in for snacks and leave with a giant bear.
We got a giant bear.
Yeah, a giant bear. That place is called Costco, where you can buy almost anything. Just be sure to bring your Visa card. Visa, now the only major credit card accepted at Costco warehouses and the Olympic Games.
A reminder that when halftime rolls around,
welcome back, everyone, to Heinz Field. 7-0 Eagles. There has never been a better time to join Steelers Nation Unite, the official loyalty program of the Steelers Nation. Members get access to exclusive content, events, chances to win game day on-field experiences, as well as authentic memorabilia. To become a member of Steelers Nation Unite, visit the all-new Steelers Nation Unite website right now. Launched last week. It's a beauty. Check it all out. Redskins 7 to 11, 54 yards. He had 5 in a row before that interception, and there have been 2 interceptions tonight. One went back 38 yards for a pick six by Nolan Carroll, who accounted for the only points of this game. The other thwarted points for the Steelers. And now we have a false start.
Number 46.
Kaepernick to throw on 2nd down. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep.
Back
you saw that one coming. It's intercepted.
Nice job by Lawrence Taylor. He's a guy coming into this year. A lot of talk about a contract extension. This guy had one heck of a year last year. 119 tackles. He passed. He became the 4th Steeler last year, having 30 sacks, 10 interceptions, joining the likes of Joey Porter, Ray Lloyd, Mike Berry.
That is a pretty exclusive company right there.
Yes, it is.
He just keeps on doing it, too. And he's good enough to go down and cover tight ends, and that's not easy to do. The Steelers have had issues with that at times. Richardson, nowhere to go.
Last time, see if they can get something going on this drive.
Very good laterally to make that play.
To the field now.
That's the strength of this team. And again, Jim Schwartz came in here, and he likes the 4-3.
Trying to get to the edge here. Nice job by that Philly defense getting back. When you're starting that play 4 yards behind, it's very hard to get back to the line of scrimmage. Nice job by Philly.
Interception. Cousins over the middle to Garcon.
Schwartz comes here, 22 years coaching experience. He was the head coach with Detroit in 2009. After they remember that, they went 0-16. You played, you remember that 0-16. And then in a couple of years, he got him in the playoffs. But short shelf life there. Comes back as a defensive coordinator for this team. Jones back over the middle underneath, and it's a drop right there by Xavier Grimble. A tight end battling for an opportunity here, right in his hands.
We just talked about position battles. You cannot drop a football in the middle of the field wide open right there. Catch the football first before you turn up the field.
The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
That's not what you want. Not helping your quarterback in that situation. That would have been a manageable third down, but here you are now, 3rd and 18. There's not any play you can call in this situation.
The receiver catches the ball and just works his way straight down.
Most likely will be something underneath to try to maybe create a little bit more opportunity for Jordan Berry. We'll see. He does go over the middle, goes to Eli Rogers trying to get away. He does. Gets out over the 24 to the 25-yard line, and it's going to be short of the first down, but it gives Berry some operating room.
On second down,
that was a nice job by Rogers there, just picking up what he can in that situation. Understand the play was designed to only go for 5 yards.
It's a gain of 7, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
Kenyon Barner is deep once again. 4.2940 out of Oregon, and one thing, there's a lot of Oregon people on this roster still, the Chip Kelly influence, and man, what a transition that was from one year to the next. Barner is going to call fair catch, and just getting out of the way over there was Shamarko Thomas. He had lined him up, and then all of a sudden the hand came up late.
You have to give it to the referee in that situation there. Shamarko was trying to get out of the way. The receiver came back over in the direction. Nice job.
51 yards. We'll be back after this.
Now we've got whistles here
Jamie
before
Foxx
the
here
snap.
for Verizon.
Was this
According
on the
to a leading
Redskins?
independent test of 108 top cities in the country, Verizon won the most consistently fast speeds in 90 cities.
Jamie Foxx here for Sprint, also just as fast.
You're not fooling nobody with this.
How many cities did Sprint win?
4. And in 55 cities,
They
Sprint
got to
was
get to the
dead
23
last.
here on 3rd.
We're faster.
I feel like you should read the chart.
Don't get fooled by
Nickelback
cut
added
rate networks.
defensively as they look to stop
And now
this
get up to 4
3rd
free
and 8.
Samsung Galaxy phones, 4 lines, and 16 gigs for just
And he will
$150.
lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4.
Straight towards death.
I'm not sure they could have a better call there for the defense. Blitz was called.
Not everything.
And the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
I'm not gonna make it. This is a test. We will outlast death.
Fear the Walking Dead.
So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup.
With my cousin Andy starting college,
I
thought I'd grab out some Best Buy gear to get him up to speed. Andy! Whoa, what is this? A notebook? When you going to school in 1993? What you need is a 2-in-1 laptop with the speed of Intel's 6th Gen core processor. Do you know how important your core is, Andy? I did that for your core. The freshman 15 is real.
Hopkins
Best Buy's blue shirts make it easy to get back to school.
Moves to Denzel. So a good kick that time, and he's able to redeem himself from the previous miss.
And fortunately for him, he got the chance to do that not
Find out
long
what
after
happens
missing
when
the first time.
Sometimes
the whole game goes by, and you don't get that chance at all. So you keep it with you until the next time you take the field.
Genius. Thursday, this fall on Katie Blue.
Following the made field goal for 3, Hopkins now to kick it off.
A lot of geniuses down there making this all happen.
Now White on the return.
There's Jarvis Jones.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
We need to see Jarvis Jones out here. Hopefully we get a chance to see him next week.
Joey Porter, how about that wild card?
San Francisco
Joey
gets
Porter
set to
really
go
can't come on
here.
the field.
And what do you think goes on here in
You
this
gotta love
situation?
Joey.
If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. You try something.
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes
position
wrong,
battle defensive tackle.
you may put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision
South
here.
Carolina State, 39.5 career sacks. We have a tweet from Trey Atkinson who says, Big Dan and Hargrave in an intense battle to watch a defensive tackle.
This is going to be a big one to watch. They want to see that rotation. Defensive line coach John Mitchell. He wants to see these guys out
high school,
John
6'5",
Mitchell
170, but now
activity up
230,
there.
and we see what he can do with that frame.
And I heard people didn't want to step in as a hitter against him.
I want to be your worst nightmare. I want you to look at the mirror and see me.
And you can see it, and he does a nice job of developing his guys. And think about it, when Casey Hampton controlled the middle for all of those years, guess what? There's a guy behind him by the name of Chris Oak who didn't drop off 1 beat whenever he had to step in and play. They want to get a rotation like that if they can over the next few years.
And they really need to take some of the pressure off Tuitt and Hayward. Those guys are workhorses, and they need somebody up the middle to do that.
But they're finishing the first
They
half.
lost Stephen Bradford for free agency. Here's Bradford. Now he's not free to put being chased down by Tuitt. Tuitt, can he get there? He and Hayward take him out of bounds. Pursuit, and Bradford is not the fastest guy, especially after those 2 ACLs.
No, he's not, but take a look at that. Your two defensive ends coming from each side, 97, 91. They had 13.5 sacks last year combined between those two. And when it comes to talking about getting after the quarterback, they're looking at each other and saying, hey, I'm going to beat you at the quarterback at about 8 yards. Let's go out here and make a play.
Ruben Randall is in the game. They acquired him from the Giants, and according to all the reports in Philly, he had a, quote, pathetic preseason debut. Drop passes, lazy routes. He's number 82. He'll be looking to change that. He was disappointed the Giants didn't step up and bring him back. Pass, and it goes out of bounds to Darren Sproles.
Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
You can see, I don't know if we'll get the replay off of this, but William Gay is playing the slant out combination, and here he is jumping around. Bradley had to reload and hit the back in the flat, not particular play. If he did, William Gay would have been up the backside for a pick 6.
First time in Steeler territory tonight for the Philadelphia offense. Darren Sproles is just amazing. Only 5'6", 190 man, though. Two-time Pro Bowler in San Diego. Guy can run the ball, catch the ball, almost 11,000 return yards. He can do it all still at his age. Now, more pressure on Bradford. He's going to go down on 3rd votes. It's the sack, 55 off the edge.
You feel like it's almost like basketball. You're trading, right?
Makes the play. It is. Nice job of staying at home on the boot.
And that is a win.
Getting right after the quarterback. Here he is reading his keys, understanding it's a play action pass. He goes right to the quarterback. The one thing I love about Arthur Mosen, I don't know how he ended up getting out of Buffalo, but here's a guy, when you ask him about himself, something interesting about himself. He says, I am a self-taught drummer and a pianist.
It's a gain of 24.
He can do it all, in other words. He's a 6th-round pick for the Bills. He's the guy who ended Brett Favre's consecutive game streak at 297 with a big hit. In the game today, right now, is Dorial Green Beckham. They just acquired him yesterday in the trade, which is curious. A little underneath those two Sproles, but Ryan Shazier is there to it as well in the area. Dorian Green Beckham, number 19. That was curious that they made that deal. They gave up an offensive lineman in Dennis Kelly, who's kind of just one of those guys you throw in there. But that Dorian Green Beckham was a 2nd-round pick.
And that will be incomplete.
Shazier in there. We need to see him on the field more consistently. But this guy last year, 87 tackles on the year, 3.5 sacks to go along with it.
3rd down and long. Aguilar and Gibbons in the game as receivers as well. Bradford in the shotgun. Harris trying to get around Hurst. He got pressure over the middle. It's incomplete to Selleck. That's a great matchup to watch. 92 Harrison against Jason Peters, the 8-time Pro Bowler.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter.
Harrison still doing
One receiver left.
This quarter is brought to you, by the way, by UPMC.
Play of the half. Cousins.
You see James, he's out there in that rotation, and they want to see him out there. Unfortunately, he has to play those snaps. But with a guy with that demeanor, he's okay with taking those reps.
So we've reached halftime here in D.C. in the nation's capital. The home team, the Redskins, on top. As we'll send you down the coast to Orlando, where we check in with our friend Larry Ridley and the EA Sports halftime report.
Get down there, so it goes back out. 59 yards again. So he's had 3 punts, averaging about 60 yards per punt. James Harrison still getting it done. We'll be back with more to Heinz Field right after this.
The 49ers, though, are still right in this game, and will certainly be looking for a way to pull this one out in the 2nd half.
Slapped on every package,
let's roll those
thrown
first
on
half
every
highlights.
label. Oh, how the new have fallen. So what would happen if we stopped looking for new and started asking for better?
49ers now
This.
in the 2nd.
The 2017 Hyundai Elantra with smartwatch connectivity.
Sprints into the end zone.
Not just
Now
new,
running by just 3.
better.
So that's a wrap for us. We'll head back now to FedEx Field for the start of the 2nd half.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. Now White on the return. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better
with a live triple header. First, Odell Beckham Jr. and the Giants battle LaShawn McCoy and the Bills.
Cleaning up some of the errors. Overall, I think they wanted to be positive with it.
Flacco and the Raiders take on Luck and the Colts.
As well as we need to. Let's pick it up.
And Jared Goff and the Rams face Alex Smith and the Chiefs.
Looks like the defense in press coverage
The
here.
preseason triple-header begins Saturday at 4, live on NFL Network.
Superman's cousin, who after 12 years of keeping your powers a secret on Earth, decides to finally embrace her superhuman abilities. Be the hero she always was meant to be. So Kara will need to find a way to manage her newfound empowerment with her very human relationships. Her heart soars as she takes to the skies as Supergirl to fight crime. You can see it on the CW this fall. Steelers back on offense.
Now Kaepernick throwing on
Still trailing 7-0, 7:37. Second quarter, only points, pick 6. Nolan Carroll. The Philadelphia Flitzes on. Hit, ball caught by Kobe Hamilton. Let's go downstairs to Mr. Matthews of Steelers.com with some turf information.
That's right, Bob. Before last week's preseason game, all new turf put in here at Heinz Field, and the Steelers actually grow it at the Tuckahoe Turf Farm in New Jersey. They load up 32 tractor trailers, bring it back here, get it ready to go. It looked great last week, looks good tonight. We'll be here for the Steelers regular season, along with Pitt football and those lucky high school teams who play in the Whitfield Championship. Bob, back to you.
Looks beautiful, Missy. Thank you very much. More of that on Steelers.com. Those high school kids, what a treat it is for them to come here and play for their championship. That'll be starting soon as well. Richardson trying to get to the outside. He does. Quick. Turning the corner out to the 24-yard line before the pads pop.
Nice job by David Johnson, securing that edge for Richardson to get around him, to pick up that gain and put him in a manageable third down situation. So they want to see the next guy's going to step up. We talked about Jesse James in the tight end position. David Johnson, he was a guy who came here, originally drafted, and then ended up spending a couple years in San Diego. Lost a bunch of weight. Here he is back with the Steelers, and they love what he brings to the table.
Bouncy was in and out of there, did a good job. Get that feeling back. Now Cody Wallace, who did such an outstanding job in his absence last year. Played every game in center.
First half, they'll be looking to carry that momentum over into half number 2.
Picks tonight so
Finish
far.
your game the way you started it. That's typically the message at halftime when things are going well. You've done everything you expected to do.
And the tackle there by Najee good, but it's first down yardage for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
They may throw something different
You
at
can see Richardson coming out of the backfield here. Worked a lot of go routes, beating linebackers over the top. They want to see him work the intermediate route on his choice route, just like he did right there against the linebacker. That was a nice job of him getting enough of the first down and being able to secure that football. That was one coach toppling over. If he's able to continue to do things like that.
Number 90 on defense, Marcus Smith, the second in there. And so far, being a number 1 pick in 2014, hasn't done much. An early bust.
The big screen to see Michael Phelps
he
go
needs to
through
step
goal
out
in
and
the
a different
200
defense needs to be inspired by it. Again, pressure.
That was a special, very cool
Delivered
move.
on the
And he's going to lose yardage here.
He makes the play in front of Aaron Grimes defensively, and that's a pickup of about 9.5 yards. Right at the
just abandon the run and start throwing the
See Kobe here, nice job of Landry stepping up, knowing he's going to take the hit there. But Kobe, third opportunity here today. First one went for a pick, second one was a drop. Here he is securing the football right there, just enough for the first down.
So they give it to him. Kobe Hamilton gets it.
He's got time in the pocket. And a third down pass.
Yeah, Marcus Smith, number 90, is one of these guys that he was the ACC Defensive Player of the Year. Again, they use that word bust, but he needs to, maybe it's a different system. Bill Davis was the defensive coordinator, and Chip Kelly, it's different. Now we'll see what he can do, but he's one of the guys they invested heavily in, and he's not delivered the kind of goods so far. Richardson once again with a game of about 4.
That's one thing about Richardson. He's not a rookie. Here he is in his third year. They want to see if he's able to take that step. They don't want to see him on that on the practice squad. They want to see if he can contribute to the active roster. And there's a nice battle between him and Tucson to see who will be the number 3 running back in this team.
Yeah, he was a 7th-round pick of the Rams in 2012. Had his best season that year. Out of the back end, catching balls, 38 of those, as well as rushing. And all of a sudden had an injury. He's now with his 5th NFL team, but you can tell he still has what it takes. Jones under pressure.
That's a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
What I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them. Here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half.
And we have another
nice
tweet coming into our broadcast. Again, hashtag time to shine.
Change-ups.
Gotta be wide receiver battles. Love seeing Eli Rogers. Coach battle out for the number 3 spot. That's John 301.
To throw his Cousins.
You can see, I mean, Eli what separates him from PHP and Coach is his ability to play in the slot.
Those could push to the tight end.
Well, it looks like they're going to challenge that play. Mike Tomlin has thrown the red flag, so they're going to use that. He thinks it's a catch. Gene Steratore will come over and announce that we're going to go under the hood.
Pittsburgh is challenging the ruling on the field of an incomplete pass. Timeout.
Second down now after the pass completion.
All right, we'll take a break and come back with the result. Did he get his feet in or not? That's next.
Cousins hands to Jones. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with third down looming.
In my book,
whenever it would rain, it would be like a deluge of water.
With intelligence. How about keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with the lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with the lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch it.
Again, it's Jones.
And with Flat Shot, you can false bond and seal virtually anything.
For the common homeowner,
it's 20. Touchdown, Washington. Matt Jones, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Redskins find a way to stretch their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Redskins now for the extra point.
Hit of a wall. Mobile strike. Download and play now. Free from the App Store.
And that'll make this a
We're back.
three-score game as the lead moves to 17.
See the replay officials booth. Mike Regan in red. The man waiting for Gene Steratore to come out. It looks like a catch to us, though, Charlie, on all possible points.
It does look like a catch. Good look at Sammy Coates' hand as he goes to tuck the football in. He has possession. I think that's a catch. It's going to be interesting to see what Gene sees under the hood.
The other thing is you got to have maintained possession all the way through the catch. It looks like he does that as well. So we always ask this question: what is a catch? Sometimes a little smooth means you don't have possession. Hopefully, this will be called a catch because it looked like it was.
And what a return. He's all the way down to the 30.
After review, the ruling is overturned to a completion.
Now whistles, and we've got a man down here following the kickoff. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
Pittsburgh is not charged with a timeout.
24 yards on that. It's in the books, and you got to feel good for Sammy Coates, who's been working all week about holding on to things, and that was a really good job of toe tapping. Fred Astaire would have been proud of that.
And you can see wide receiver coach Mann that he stresses that in training camp. Sammy Coates has done a nice job in camp of working those sideline routes, getting his feet inbounds, because that's something that Antonio Brown makes look easy, and he wants Sammy to duplicate that.
Jones now 11-17, 107 yards. Goes to work at the Philadelphia 31-yard line after the 24 yards. And Richardson is leading his way down the second and 10 to about the 23-yard line.
Pass, we just look at the receiver.
Richardson out of Alba Christian.
That was a drop, and we just put it on the offense.
See right here,
they just forced an
Ryan Harris securing his gap, pinning him on the inside, creating that hole right there. We haven't talked a lot about Ryan Harris, but he was a guy who's battling going the way for that left tackle position, but being that Gilbert isn't playing today, he's playing right tackle position. One thing Mike Tomlin stresses all the time is position flexibility. And Ryan Harris that brings that.
He does, but nobody does more of it than Chris Hubbard, who's played all of the offensive line positions up the middle.
3rd and 10.
Again, that one is going to be close to first down yardage, but it will be short, setting up 3rd and short. You got to have that in today's game, especially with the salary cap. Hubbard could do it all. Wallace, we saw what he could do, and Ryan Ayers can move around.
You're right, and that's what they felt they were missing last year with this football team. That's why they brought Doug Legursky in last year at the end of preseason for him to fill that void. You're going to take a look at who they have on this roster, and they're not able to compete. Guess what? Legursky is sitting right there waiting in the wings for that phone call to ring.
3rd and short now for Landry Jones. Steelers down 7-0 on a pick 6 early in this football game. Jones, again it's Richardson. It's tripped up. And the question is, did he make it? It was number 26, Jalen Watkins.
The field goal try on 4th down.
4th round pick a couple of years ago. It looks like he did make it. And it will be a first down for Darrell Richardson.
And Dawson's kick is good.
Following it,
and the drive will wind up yielding 3.
I gotta believe at some point they're gonna have a contract extension for him coming up before the season starts.
Oh yeah, here's a guy who earned it, and he's out here playing for it right now. Last year, 2016 Pro Bowl selection, AP first team All-Pro, so he's going to be here for a very long time. Reminds it a lot of Alan Bannigan.
We're in the same number 2. Jones fires into the end zone, looking for Coates again, and this one is going to be intercepted, it appears. Yes, it is. That's the 3rd pick of the night there.
Now it's
and
Chris
this one
Thompson
by
on the
Aaron
return.
Grimes. Aaron Grimes had the coverage. He got behind Sammy Coates, Charlie, and that didn't work.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
I think they're going to take a look at this.
Looking to
that
build
ball
off the
moves a little
confidence
bit.
of the
We'll
last
see it
time
after
out
the
where they
break.
scored a touchdown.
That confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right
Tomorrow
now.
on NFL Total Access. Get ready for Cowboys Dolphins. We're certain someone
They'll start the drive with a carry by
see his first
Jones.
preseason
Just a yard
action.
on the pickup
Plus,
there, and
can
it'll
Dak
bring up a
build off
2nd
his
and
big
9.
debut tomorrow, 7 Eastern.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people. They're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they will just roam in here.
Now Cousins gives to Jones on the delay. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 10.
Jamie Foxx here for Verizon. According to a leading independent test of 108 top cities in the country, Verizon won the most consistent and fast speeds in 90 cities.
Jamie Foxx here for Sprint, also just as fast.
You're not fooling nobody with this. How many cities does Sprint?
Here we go now, an extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10.
I feel like we're faster. I feel like you should read the chart.
Great networks. Get the best. And now with 4 free Samsung Galaxy phones, 4 lines, 16 gigs for just $150.
After that, as he's brought down.
What? So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks.
The new DQ Royal Blizzard
rally to
delicious filling hidden inside.
There's Tressway now.
Is it or isn't it? Looks like it's a good interception by Grimes.
You see right here, the ball comes right back. Bounces right onto his left shoulder. Looks like he has control of it, even though the ball moves when he hits the ground.
Ellington now to return it. Oh, a nifty juke
Grimes is a
there.
player who played with the Edmonton Eskimos who won a Grey Cup a couple years ago. Looking to be in this league now.
So possession will stay the same.
Steelers from Marco Thomas there.
That often thought that
So
I don't
far,
like this rule.
that was only Philadelphia's 16th offensive play by comparison, Charlie. The Steelers have had 34.
Yeah, they've been doing a nice job of
just 'cause you're a
driving the
defensive
football
guy,
down
that's
the
why you
field.
don't like it.
Unfortunately, when you look at Landry Jones' stats, he's 11 of 18, 107 yards, but he has 3
offensive team, the
critical
sideline is their
turnovers to
friend.
go
Usually
along
it's
with
not
that.
there for him.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually
Once
played
again,
for a
it's
guy in
Bradford
college.
in the
Nobody's named
shotgun,
the
4
sideline.
wides, Philadelphia.
Sammy sideline and using well.
And there's a nice tackle over there by Montel Garner on Paul Horner.
2-minute warning.
All right, reach a 2-minute warning as we take a look at the Borders and Borders sticker here. Thank you to them for being
now they go screen. It's complete.
sponsor of the program.
And he'll
Bengals lead
get
the
it down
Lions.
to the
Falcons
47
and
here.
Browns
Give
both
him 10
just getting
yards on
started.
the
We'll have
pickup,
more coming
and
up.
that'll
Give
make
us
it
that first
second
half, 7
and a
nothing.
foot or
Steelers
so.
put the ball on with the lead.
What?
We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
The new DQ Royal Blizzard lineup with delicious filling hidden inside. That's what only your DQ.
Gray skies are gonna clear up. Put on a happy
Back now at
face.
FedEx Field. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the fourth and final quarter.
You both have a perfect driving record.
Perfect.
No tickets, no accidents.
That is until
Completed
one
pass
of you
play.
puts
Now
a
let's
food
see if they
truck
go back to the
ruining
air
your
or to the
perfect
ground.
Yeah.
Now,
They come
you
out
would
here
think
in the
your
I.
insurance company would cut you some slack, right?
No, your insurance rates go through the
Big
roof.
boys up
Your
front.
perfect
They're gonna
record
stop
doesn't
them
get you
right
anything.
at the line.
Anything.
And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to
Drivers
lead
with
to a
accident
third
forgiveness,
down.
Liberty Mutual
We
will
just don't
raise
know
your
who's
rates
ever
to
got
your
a
first
defense is
exit.
winning this game.
Liberty
Really at
stands
the point of
with
attack.
Liberty
The
Mutual
offensive
Insurance.
line's just getting pushed around. I think
Anything can
now
happen
the
on
play
Thursday.
call, you're going to give
America
them a
was
little bit
born
of
on
help.
Thursday.
Maybe keep your tight ends
So
a
was
little bit
Odell
more.
Beckham Jr.
Maybe the running
And
backs
that
help you a
Pac-Man
little bit
guy.
with the pass
The Model
blocking.
T was
But you
launched.
got to help
First
them get
Texan
some
said,
confidence
and
because
Broadway
you can't
Joe
abandon the
guaranteed
play
an upset
calling right
all
now.
on a Thursday. Thursday. Oh, and this happened.
On 3rd and 1, I think everyone in the stadium thought they tried and run the football there, but they tried to
Anything
surprise
can
the
happen
defense and hit
on
something through the
Thursday.
air.
Thursday Night
Instead, it
Football,
resulted in
now on NFL
incompletion.
Network,
And they're indeed
CBS,
going to go
NBC,
for
and
it here on
streaming on
4th
Twitter.
down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
And there are things you need to know.
Now Kaepernick got to have this one. And he finds McDonald. And he will have a first down as they get into the ground at the 37.
Non-football things.
It all came together on that one, didn't it?
about Game of
Big
Thrones.
time throw and forward.
Now that had to feel good,
things on
didn't it?
your mind.
Taking that type of a
Tweet them to
gamble
us
there,
at
making it pay off.
GMFB.
What a
Good
throw.
morning
And
football.
tough as a
Monday
receiver
through
because no
Friday at
matter how
7,
perfect the
only on
pass,
NFL
you know it's
Network.
4th down and you got to convert.
A little bit of extra pressure,
Welcome back.
but he
Bob
overcame it.
Pompiani, Charlie Batch up top. Missy Matthews, Rich Walsh down below. 1:56 left. Second quarter, 7-0. The only points that
Now
you
play
joined us late.
fake here on
An
first
interception,
down.
pick 6 return by Nolan Carroll. 38 yards, stepping in front of Sammy Coates.
He was looking for
getting into the end zone. 3
And
interceptions
that'll
so
make it
far
second
tonight
and
for
10.
Landry Jones.
The goal of anyone running a curl route is to
Bradford.
make sure you try and get defenders on your back
Yes,
and
nice
shield them
protection
away
goes
from
to
the
Ruben
football.
Orlando.
But
Gets to the
sometimes
40
even when you
before
run a good
Margaret
route,
Thomas
the defense
runs him
finds
out
a
of
way to
bounds. We
knock
have
it
a penalty
away.
flag on the play.
High,
This one here looks like it's going to be
in the
offensive pass
backfield.
interference.
To throw, it's Kaepernick. And he finds a man with a crossing route.
Pass
That one goes
interference.
for 13
Offense.
yards, and it moves the sticks.
Number 86. 10-yard penalty.
We talk about mobility
Replay,
on
3rd down.
quarterbacks all the time.
That's
Here's
Zach
what really
Ertz,
pays
their
off.
tight end
Able
out
to
of Stanford.
move, evade, and
It's
is
a nice
accurate
compliment to
throwing
Brent
on the
Selleck,
run
but you
and
saw
picking
it
up a
as it
first
happened.
down.
They were trying to run a pick play underneath, and he ran
So
right
here we
into the
go, first
linebacker.
and 10
That
now.
right there is what the referees look for in the middle of the field, and he was right there to call the play. Let's see if the defense can capitalize right now, because they need to make a play to really put a spark into this team.
And that is incomplete.
Big 3rd down, like to get off the field here. Bradford has time,
Offense walks to the
fires,
line
and
for
has
play
his
number
man
7 of the
Aguilar
drive.
makes a nice leaping catch, and that is going to be for first down yardage. Nelson Aguilar.
Kaepernick again here on 2nd and 10. They go screen pass to Hyde.
That's 22 yards for the
7 yards
first round
on the
pick,
play. And they're
2015
going
out
to
of
face a
USC.
3rd down.
For a second there, I
Bradford
thought that
again,
might
this time
break
underneath,
big.
this time Aguilar
Screen
behind him a little bit. He
Looked like it was
drops that
coming together.
As
Looked like
Spencer
there was an
Williams
opening.
bearing down.
Still, ended up with a solid game.
You see the second-year guy,
Play of
Aguilar.
the drive coming up.
Unbelievable
It's 3rd
catch.
and
When they
3.
go up wide, when
They brought
Bradford
in
let
an
this
extra
ball go, I
defensive
really
back
thought it
here,
was
so
going
probably
to
not
be over his
expecting a
head, but
run on
nice
3rd and 3.
A good call.
picking up that catch, but then he comes right
Kaepernick
back
steps
and
away to
drops
his left.
the easy
He
crossing
can
route
run
on
for
the
it,
other
and he
side.
will.
He has to be
And
more
they will
consistent
score.
in
It's
order
a
to be able to make
49er
plays for this
touchdown.
offense.
Bradford 9 of 12 for 68 yards.
With his second touchdown
Aguilar's
of
first
the
touchdown pass last year as a rookie
and
came
the
from Sam
49ers
Bradford,
have
53
cut it
yards
back
against the
within
Buffalo
a
Bills.
score.
He'll be kind of
The
on heavy touch
defensive
up the middle.
coverage was good, so
Ricardo
good, he
Matthews
just decided
almost
to
had
make a
him
play of his own, and it
strolls.
worked out.
And he is
They
as
often wonder if they
elusive
think
as
to
a fish as
themselves,
he gets
was the
down
coverage too
inside
good to
the
allow
40 to
him
the
to run the
39-yard
football?
lines,
I think you'd rather
5'6",
take your
but
chances
hard
with
to
him doing
contain.
exactly
And this is
that,
how he made
and
a
he beat
living
him on that
underneath.
play all the way to the end zone.
Number 73, 10-yard penalty.
He's got it, and it's
Well, it's all for naught
24-17.
because Isaac Seamalu was called for holding as we take a look at Pete. 22,000 says time to shine. Most intriguing battle. Defensive backs who's going to shine this year might be Shamargo's year. here. Twitter, let us know what you think at KD Pomp at Charlie Bat 16. So holding nullifies, but still, that's what he does.
And you can see immediately defensive coordinator John Pete Butler goes over talking to his linebackers and said, this is one guy we cannot afford to let loose out of the backfield because that's how Sproles has made a living in the NFL.
Unbelievable Sproles.
Touchdown now. It's
most
Bradley
all-purpose
Pinion
yards
to
single
kick this
season
one away.
in 2011. It was amazing. 26.96.
This is fielded a
with San
couple
Diego.
yards deep.
Bradford still a good
Last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee. That's at the 25. The 49er defense now heading back out there. They were able to force the 3-and-out last time. Led to the punt and then led to a touchdown for their crew. So they'll be looking for a little bit more of that.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how they play it defensively here. Steelers have 3 timeouts left. Mike Tomlin, he wants to see his offense back out here in a 2-minute drill. So this is probably the biggest third down
of the first half. Out there long. They'll be trying to keep it short here. Bringing it in, Jackson right side.
1:16 remaining.
And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Right there is Vince Williams. Hurts is stopped short, so they will get an opportunity.
Either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking.
You see, keeping everything
really nice play
up
there.
front, making sure they're ahead of the sticks. Come up, make the tackle, something they didn't do last week. You can see Vince Williams coming up here and making a tackle.
Yeah, Vince Williams has come a long way. Not many people talk about his importance, but a 6th-round pick back in 2013. When he gets out there out of Florida State, he makes tackles.
And they have a saying in training camp, everyone knows what Vince is going to do. What is that? That means he's going to come up and lay the wood. He's going to bring every defender down that he's tackling. So he's earned that nickname. People love him around here.
Saw Doug Peterson, played under Holmgren and Andy Reid with Green Bay. Followed Reid in Philly in 1999. He was a quarterback before McNabb took over, then went with Reid to Kansas City, and now he's back. Taking over for Chip Kelly. Eli Rogers trying to go down the sideline smartly.
One
gets out
man
of
in the
bounds.
backfield. That's Jones.
And the Steelers are going to have just about a minute to try to do something here on offense.
Here's the option going
46 yards on the back.
He's going to be met at the
by
line
Donnie
of
Jones.
scrimmage
Coming up at the
and
half
taken
here
down.
on the Xfinity halftime report.
It'll be second down.
We'll talk about Steelers.com and Steelers Nation Unite, the reboot, and how it really can make your viewing pleasure a lot better when you're watching the Steelers on KDKA. First half stats and highlights, our analysis, what's happened so far. It's not been good for the second week in a row.
It hasn't been. I think when you look at this series right here, you have 58 seconds on the clock, 2 timeouts. Let's see if Landry Jones can go down and put points on the scoreboard right now, because this may be his last series of the game.
Yeah, Bruce Gretkowski is not playing and will not play. Probably the rest of this preseason has a hamstring injury, which means it's Landry Jones first half, probably Dustin Vaughn the entire second half. And that's a very important 30 minutes for him.
Now you can run anything
Jones
and catch the balls we just saw there.
has time, fires underneath. It's Jesse James, and he's wrapped up there by Aaron Grimes, who also had a nice interception
so it's
earlier.
Football here as we
First
welcome
charge
you back.
timeout.
And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Would the game clock operator please reset the game clock to 51 seconds? 51 seconds on the game clock, please. Thank you.
Offense comes to the line.
You can see
now,
Philadelphia calling timeout on the defensive side. That's a little unusual there, but that's how much confidence they have in themselves to turn around and think that they're going to force a 3-and-out here in this situation to give their offense the ball back.
Jones. Oh, he pulls over it. He's going to go.
Steelers haven't gone down the field all that much, and they have. One nice reception by Sammy Coates, which was reviewed and overturned, turned into a 24-yard gain, but the one in the end zone intercepted by Aaron Grimes. Another one resulted in an interception by Malcolm Jenkins. So aside from the pick six, they have turned away some good opportunities for the Steelers as well.
I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside at 2
Second
minutes.
down for Landry Jones.
Relatively easily now.
Penalty flags fly. Down the sidelines. Coach going up, trying to win a jump ball. It falls incomplete. So we have a flag. Eric Rowe back defensively with Coach.
Looks like it's going to be offsides on the defense.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point.
Gene Steratore has the call.
And the lead is up to 14.
Defense number 90 lined up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty. Replay second down.
That's Marcus Smith, the guy I was talking about, who's not had a very good beginning to his career despite being a first-round pick in 2014.
See, third-year guy out of Louisville right there, Marcus Smith. That's something that you just can't have as a pass rusher, giving up an easy 5 yards in a 2-minute drill.
The touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick
All right,
it away.
it's Kobe Hamilton back into the game. They've been going with a steady diet of Hamilton, Rogers, and Coates at wide receiver. Second down and short after the penalty. Jones still looking pressure.
And
he gets it away.
field position here as they finally get him just shy of the midfield stripe.
So far.
There's no doubt that we all knew that this was a critical possession, and to get a return like that to start things off, that's the spark that they needed. That's the spark they were looking for.
The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but
you can see right here, Jesse James, he misses his block right here. You see 51 Stephen Means coming right around. Everyone will look at Landry Jones on that particular situation, but it starts with pass protection, and Jesse James let him down in that situation.
Jones now 12 of 20, 110 yards, but 4 interceptions.
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay.
And Watkins, he was with the Bills last year, and a lot of guys try to look up top.
Yeah, you see it right there. Jesse James just puts his head down, he gets feet on the outside. And you can see 51, Stephen Means gets a hand on the football and causes the 4th turnover for this Philadelphia defense.
Stephen Means, a 5th-round pick out of Tampa Bay a couple years ago.
Welcome back, the offensive unit. They took the timeout, and now they get set to line up as we resume
players
action.
entering the field before the play
First
was
down
over.
and 10 now
the
for the
interception will
offensive
count.
group.
Will be a 15-yard penalty against Philadelphia.
They come
First
out
down.
5 wide, 3 of them to the right side.
All right, celebratory penalty against Philadelphia. They were excited. Certainly, Doug Peterson has to like his defensive effort. Schwartz and company getting it done with 4 picks. That's the turnover margin, 4-0, and that's really should be a different game here, Charlie. 2 of those interceptions came in the end zone. The Steelers were about to come up with points.
Yeah, and that's something really, when you look at it, it's really unfortunate for the Steelers. They put a couple nice drives together. They weren't able to put points on the board. When you turn the football over 4 times in any game, let alone a half, typically you lose those ball games.
All right, Philadelphia called a timeout earlier when the Steelers had the ball. We'll see what they do here with the ball at the 40-yard line. Still plenty of time. Bradford and that quarterback looking for more.
They're going to take over right there at the 22-yard
intended receiver right there. That is Josh Huff. He would have had a first down on that play.
You can see when even though you have 4 turnovers in this football, you have to credit the Steelers' defense because they have stood up strong and they have not allowed any points on their side of the ball. The scoring came on an interception return. So Keith Butler has this defense going, but in order to get to where you need to get to, you have to complement one another in the Steelers' offense, not doing their part today.
Huff is joined by Paul Turner and Ruben Randall as wide receivers. Huff, by the way, both sides of the ball.
And the offense moving quickly.
Jason Peters, the left tackle, still in the game.
They may call this on Travis Green here.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him
correction
for a
is here.
sack.
Correction. We have neutral zone infraction. Defense number 41 was in the neutral zone, causing the offense to fall
second down.
5-yard penalty replay. Second down.
And the hit jarred loose.
So,
it's incomplete.
6th-round draft pick this year. Had a great combine. Travis Feeney trying to make those are mistakes you don't want to make.
Conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
Now it's second down, 29 seconds remaining in this first half, 7-0 Philadelphia. Bradford again did a good job on his offensive line. Ertz being dragged out by Marco Thomas. It's first down yardage as the clock is stopped. Marco trying to bring down the big Ertz.
You see, they want to see Marco in coverage.
And there's the touchdown that they needed.
Here he is lining up. He's covering the crossing route, and he was able to really bring down the defender. That's another element that he has to continue to bring. He did that throughout OTAs this year, and he has carried that throughout training camp. They really like where Shamarco Thomas is at right now.
We were hopeful of seeing Artie Burns, the #1 pick. So far, he's been out with a quad injury. There was some talk he might get in this week, but not going to happen. But at some point, he needs to get out there.
Yeah.
Extra point.
When he was doing some work throughout this week of practice, they just need to see him in games. And right now, he's not ready to go. Hopefully, we'll see him next week.
Who set it down?
Bradford. Down now to a touchdown.
Down the field, has his man, and it's going to be out of bounds. But the catch is made by Paul Turner before he's dragged out of bounds there by Montel Garner. Paul Turner out of LSU, an undrafted player this year brought in.
Yeah, here you see the pass rush here, but a nice out route here. And they wanted to see Garner. They really liked him out of South Alabama. He's been working a lot with the twos, sometimes getting an opportunity with the ones. And they just want to see him develop and see how much they can get out of him.
16 seconds remaining now for the Eagles. Certainly a field goal opportunity here, but they'd like to get more if they can. Already up 7-0 on a pick six early in this football game.
They do need a touchdown
here,
here, but they've got some time to do it.
In the excitement, there's no need to
press. As they move
Plenty
closer.
of time. They have the opportunity. Now they just need to execute
I
and
haven't called
finalize
Grant's name this much in this game because the starters played a lot more, but he had a phenomenal game last week. And they want to see him continue to take that next step. And he's vying for that 5th corner spot, and he wants his name mentioned as he continues to put hot take.
He'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right.
One timeout left for Philadelphia. So they have an opportunity to make a play. They go in the end zone, go short, whatever they want to do, set up a closer field goal. But Bradford is certainly a veteran, been in this situation before. He's looking down the field, going for Zach Ertz, covered by L.J. Ford. He's had a really good camp and first couple of games when he gets in there.
He really has. Ford has really impressed in his coverage game. We know he's a rush the passer, but for him to get to go out there and really be a part of it in that cover 2 scheme that they were looking to run right here, nice job of forcing the errant throw. Because if not, it looked like he may have had a seam in there right in front of Shamarko Thomas for a touchdown.
All right, so it's Barkey in to attempt the field goal. 40 yards.
So the offense takes a
As I said,
timeout.
this was his job. He was traded here from Indianapolis for Doug Llewellyn back in 2014. It was his job. He had beat out Alex Henry to win the job. Then he got a groin injury. And then he lost his job, and now he's trying to get it back. And that will help as he goes right down the middle from 40 yards away. With 3 seconds left, Philadelphia has increased that lead now to 10-0 over the Steelers.
Incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds
Those little
left.
battles of special teams, you know, and you never know. Some of the times you can lose a job very quickly just because of an injury, and that's what happens.
Charles, this is a penalty we see all the time.
Unit, and you talk about the 44 starter, the 44 between your 1s and 2s. There's not much room for anybody else, and you have to contribute on special teams. And that's one thing Danny Smith stresses. You have to contribute in the special teams game. Who's going to step up? Think about who that player was last year. It was a guy by the name of Roosevelt Nichols. He was out there running around all preseason, blocked a punt in the final preseason, which ensured his spot on the roster. Who will be that next guy to step up and contribute on the special teams unit this season?
All right, let's check out the Bordas and Bordas scoreboard.
Here.
Brought to you by Bordas and Bordas. And the Reds continue to do it against the Marlins. And the Pirates have jumped over the Mets. They've jumped over the Marlins. They have their sights set on St. Louis for the second wild card, but that first wild card is coming to play. You can make a case the Pirates might end up again with that first wild card. The division is out of reach as the Cubs continue to just play flawless baseball for the most part. Sammy Coates now trying to make something happen here. They'll get out of bounds, and that'll be the final play of this first half. It's been Philadelphia being opportunistic, making plays, 4 interceptions.
Hey everybody, welcome to NFL Total Access at the half, a 10-0 ball game. Billy McGinnis, David Carr, Lindsey Rhodes, Dan Helly here with you. And this, it's not a good game if you're the quarterback for the Steelers, Landon Jones, Billy.
Well, not, but it is for the defense. I mean, a lot of turnovers from the Pittsburgh Steelers, but they haven't been able to capitalize from the Eagles. So, like I said, the defense is at least holding up.
It's hard because you're moving football kind of, but then you got 4 interceptions, so it's hard to shake that as a quarterback, especially in preseason.
And try and win it right now.
Dustin
Give the wild thing a chance.
The only quarterback that they have available to go in other than Landry
I think he'll be
Jones.
coming in the second half.
Yeah.
And we mess up his name. So it is 10-0 in Pittsburgh tonight.
And now we're going to get a timeout.
We'll tell you what's going on in the other game.
And as the two teams talking over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
NFL Total Access at the half is brought to you by Bud Light. Raise one to right now.
The Bud Light party is for everyone, men.
Women.
And now a critical extra point attempt here.
We don't care. We'll sell you beer.
We'll sell you a beer any day of the week.
What do you want for lunch, honey?
Can I have some KFC original recipe?
No good.
Excellent choice. But might I suggest something?
This is one of those games where you hate that anybody has to lose. So many points, so many great offensive outputs individually and collectively.
It's a tasty real
And
meal
even
for
the
just
losing team
$5.
had fun, although they won't admit it to us here in the media. But they had a blast because that kind of football, back and forth, touchdown after touchdown.
KFC.
It's fun for everyone.
extra
But the winning team, they had a little bit more fun
Jamie
than everyone
Foxx here
else.
for Verizon. According to a leading independent test of 108 top cities in the country, Verizon won the most consistently fast speed in 90 cities.
Jamie Foxx here from Sprint, also just as fast.
You're not fooling nobody with this.
How many cities did Sprint win?
4. And in 55 cities, Sprint was dead last.
I feel like we're faster.
I feel like you should read the chart.
Don't get fooled by cut-rate networks. Get the best. And now get up to 4 free Samsung Galaxy phones, 4 lines, and 16 gigs
So
for just
that'll just
$150.
about do
Only
it
on
for
Verizon.
Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to EASports.com. It's a win for the Redskins as we say so long
tomorrow
from
at 8
FedEx
live
Field.
on NFL Network.
Welcome back to NFL Total Access at the half. Steelers hosting the Eagles. James Harrison, as always, ready to go. First quarter, Landry Jones not so ready here. Picked off by Nolan Carroll, and that's what we refer to in the business as a pick 6.
Late throw.
Yeah.
Really late throw by the quarterback.
Getting all technical on us there, Kelly.
Yeah, I just felt it. Then in the second quarter, Sam Bradford in a little trouble here. Yeah, he's not getting away from Arthur Moats there.
Buying what you were selling, Sam.
Well,
they were on.
Got out. Got out of the way.
He got down.
He didn't get hurt.
That's smart.
The night so far for Sam Bradford, a lot better than it was for Landry Jones. Looking in the corner of the end zone, picked off by Aaron Grimes. That's not who he was looking for. 4 interceptions total in the first half for Landry Jones. That was number 3. Here's number 4.
I can't put that one all the way on him because poor protection. He got hit as he was throwing the ball and caused the bad throw. But it goes to him.
It snowballs. Yeah, at that point.
All right, so Landry Jones gets the start because there's no Big Ben. They might have to go to their 4th string quarterback, a young man named Dustin Vaughn out of West Texas A&M here in the second
Because
half.
Bruce Gradkowski has a severe hamstring tear, so he's not available. What do we make of this first half? Obviously, a bad one for the Steelers' offense, good for the Eagles' D. You could make the argument on the other side that the Steelers' defense has been pretty good, though, because the Eagles' offense hasn't been able to do much with these 4 turnovers.
Eagles' defense was good last week. I think that if you're Pittsburgh, you kind of expect it, right? You didn't play your entire starting offense, but you don't expect it to be this. I mean, you just go out there, move the football, do what you can, but they didn't expect it to be this bad.
But the starters for Philadelphia's offense were on the field, right? Sam Bradford and the rest of
Played the whole first half.
And didn't do nothing. They didn't score on offense. They drove the ball. They had some spurts where they moved the football, but they were 3 and out a bunch. And going against some of the defensive players on the Pittsburgh side, after the starters left, they still couldn't move the football. So I didn't see much production from the Philadelphia offense. That score was from Carroll on the defensive pick 6. So.
Yeah, in terms of time of possession, Pittsburgh dominated in the first half, just 10:32 for the Eagles. All right, moving on to Foxborough now. The Patriots hosting the Bears. No Tom Brady in this game, but we did have an Alshon Jeffrey sighting on 2nd and 5. He goes up to get that one. Nice play by Alshon. So Jimmy Garoppolo getting the start. A report from Tom Curran, a fine reporter out of New England, says that Tom Brady, who was supposed to play, cut his thumb on a pair of scissors. No word whether Chris Sale had anything to do with it, but Tom Brady not in the building. Jimmy Garoppolo 3 and out on his first drive.
Oakland, Green Bay, a game that David Carr is paying close attention to here. First drive for the Packers, a lot of Eddie Lacy.
You got to love it, though.
Do you?
Yeah.
You? I mean, you specifically?
It's the preseason. Let the guy get healthy and let him run well. It'll be better for Green Bay.
Well, wasn't that a big question coming in? If Eddie Lacy was going to be in shape, handle the load, and all those different things?
Let me tell you what he did on this drive. 9 carries, 45 yards, and a touchdown.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tony Horton, an in-shape Eddie Lacy. All right, Falcons and the Browns. Devontae Freeman picking up right where he left off last
Staple of
year.
the offense right there.
And that was
Julio
Julio,
Jones.
who also picked up where he left off last year because he had a ton of yards, and I expect him to be the guy.
We call that foreshadowing, Willie. Here is Devontae Freeman. I was so excited to talk about his 19-yard touchdown run.
Balance. Talk about Atlanta Falcons. Now you have balance in this young kid. He's a great running back. He's going to bring balance and take some of the pressure off the quarterback position. I like him.
Lions hosting Cincinnati. Detroit up first with the ball. Matt Stafford to Marvin Jones against his old team. A lot of Marvin Jones on this drive. He picked up 56 yards on the 75-yard
That's great for them, yeah.
drive that ended in a touchdown.
They have him in Calvin Johnson's old position.
I mean, field goal.
He's going to try and fill in for that guy. He's got a lot of work to do, but it's a great start. Obviously, Jim Bob Cooter,
Jeremy Hill off to a good start also for the Bengals. They take a 7-3 lead, and then Stafford here.
Yeah, that's not good.
Hit by Carlos Dunlap.
Got to pretend you want to run the football. You got to pretend like you want to run the
Well,
football.
they try. If you throw the ball 70 yards, why would you run it?
It's true. I'm with you, Willie. I like that.
Could see some throwing in this game coming up tonight. Teddy Bridgewater and Russell Wilson going to be facing off. This is the second game of our doubleheader set to kick off shortly after 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
As for the game you're watching now, the season of the NFL Network original series, The Timeline. Legendary zombie filmmaker George Romero returning to Pittsburgh to visit with members of one of the scariest NFL teams in history.
I used to be the only guy in the playground, you know. I was the only guy doing zombies. Then all of a sudden, The Walking Dead happened, and it became mainstream.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
Kind of like parallel universes with this whole cult that George started and the NFL.
You can't see your hands, even on this footage that we just saw. You did catch it.
Join us in welcoming director George A. Romero.
What you captured back then was pretty incredible.
The Timeline premieres this season September 14th at 8 p.m. Eastern. In the meantime, we've got another half to play at Heinz Field. Eagles up 10-zip. We'll take you back there after this.
Get 2 medium 2-topping pizzas for $6.99 each. Right now, get 2 medium 2-topping pizzas for just $6.99 each. And at any 4 20-ounce Pepsi-Cola products for just $5.
Papa John's, the official pizza of Major League Baseball.
What if the most advanced technology got a major update? What if it became more mobile, more compact, more efficient, and came with one of the best protection plans in the industry? What if it was all in one revolutionary new device? Or better yet, two. The all-new Mitsubishi Mirage G4 and next-generation Mirage with smartphone connectivity. Get $1,250 cash back on a new 2017 Mirage or Mirage G4.
There'll be someone in this group this morning that will make an NFL team.
I'm not ready to call quits. I just love the game. I'm not going to stop.
This is your opportunity. This is your chance. Just end with no regrets.
Here's today's fantasy draft tip presented by Bud Light. You know, if you miss out on a running back in the first few rounds, you can take a close look at this guy, C.J. Anderson. Put up good numbers in the second half of last season, and our Michael Fabiano season leading what will be a run-based Broncos offense this season. With the NFL.com fantasy football app, you can draft and play from anywhere. It's fast, free, and easy to play. Sign up today and join the fun at NFL.com/fantasy.
All right, we showed you that Devontae Freeman touchdown earlier in Cleveland for Atlanta. How about this RG3 to Terrell Pryor from 50 yards out?
It's almost exactly the same play they ran last week.
They got a receiver.
But now he scores. Yeah,
they got a receiver.
Can you do it with one?
No, they're going to need more. They're going to need help, and they'll get Josh Gordon back at some point. But, I mean, this is a great story for Pryor right here. That's awesome. Former quarterback who now is playing receiver.
Quarterbacks can do everything, really. He just...
We have another live game coming your way after the game you're watching is over. And then we have 4 more games coming up later on this weekend. Dolphins, Cowboys on Friday. On Saturday, we've got 3 games there, including the Rams and the Chiefs, and our second look at Jared Goff getting some snaps with the ones there. As for this second half, what do you do if you're Mike Tomlin about the quarterback position? Because you've got Landry Jones, who's already thrown 4 picks, and your only other option is Dustin Vaughn at quarterback.
You go in there and you preach establishing the run game. And you got to find some balance. I mean, just take some pressure off the kid. It's preseason. You don't want him to go in the tank early, especially if Gradkowski's out for a while and you got to rely on this guy to back up Ben. You don't want him to go in the tank in the second preseason game. So just run the football, get the ball out of his hands, find some easy throws, and get that next kid in.
With Landry Jones back out there, or do you go with
I think you have to.
Yeah, you got to put him back out there.
Think
because now then he'll be sitting there for a week thinking about it. So give him some more snaps.
What if he has 5 interceptions?
It doesn't matter at this point, Dan.
It's preseason.
Yeah.
I'd rather throw him on
Let him
now.
go throw a touchdown maybe. So hopefully something good happens.
Glass is half full. Dustin Vaughn, by the way, did make the Cowboys in 2014 as a third-string quarterback. Had a cup of coffee on the Bills practice squad. So he does have some NFL experience.
So I apologize, Dustin, for saying Rick.
Although everybody likes the wild thing. So Dustin Vaughn waiting to get in there. Landry Jones probably just champing at the bit right now to get back in the game.
Yeah. How about the Steelers' defense? We talked about this before the game, the fact that their secondary had some issues. They were looking for some improvement. They have some guys that are injured. They haven't really given up much.
Playing pretty well with starters out on the sideline. So that's encouraging for them.
Well, as promised for the Eagles, their starters out there nearly the entire first half. Let's send you back out to Pittsburgh for the second half of the Eagles and the Steelers. Bob
Pompiani and Charlie Batch
on the call.
The Steelers averaging only 3.1 yards per carry. Bradford threw the ball 19 times. He was 14 for 19, 115 yards. Landry Jones, 12 of 20 for 111, but 4 interceptions, which brings that passer rating down to 35.6.
You hear Coach Tomlin talk about the turnovers and -4 in that department. The Steelers last year, when they trailed in the turnover ratio, they're 0-5. So they know the importance of creating those turnovers or not being behind in the turnover ratio as well.
Chris Boswell kicks it off. Second half is going to be underway, and we're going to have a return here. And it's going to be by Kenyon Barner. And good special teams work over there by the Steelers. And it pins them down into their 13-yard line to start.
You see Hagan coming from the backside. That's how you make a football team on special teams. He's out there. His name is being called. Hasn't been here long, but this is a guy who wants to contribute in big ways.
Chase Daniel is coming in the game, the quarterback for Philadelphia. He's a pretty expensive insurance policy. Went undrafted in 2009 out of Missouri, was with the Chiefs. They gave him a 3-year, $21 million contract in Philadelphia with $12 million guaranteed. That's unusual for a backup, especially if you knew you were going to draft Carson Wentz with your #1 pick, which was 2 overall. Penalty flag in the backfield. Short gain.
Handoff goes to Barner.
Holding. Offense number 77. Half the distance to the goal. Replay first down.
Barrett Jones was the man with the hold.
You see Hargrove just making a play up there in the middle. You see 77 here on the hold. And you talked about Chase Daniels there for a minute. Here was a guy who came in the league by the Saints. He learned under Drew Brees and felt very comfortable moving into the West Coast system in Kansas City. Made plays when he had to play. That's why he got the big contract here in Philadelphia.
It's a lot of money invested, though, for 3 quarterbacks underneath. And it's Kenyon Barner, and he gets across the 15 to the 17-yard line. You talk about Bradford's money, which was $22 million. Another flag on the play. Steratore become a very busy man.
Illegal formation offense. 5-yard penalty. Correction, half the distance to the goal. Replay, first down.
And the knock on Chase Daniels, it only is his size. He's a 6-foot guy. But when you learn behind Drew Brees and how to manage the pocket.
Number 69 is eligible.
That pocket down there, Drew Brees, he's thrown for 50,000 yards. So he knows how to get it done. Chase Daniels is just waiting on his opportunity. But unfortunately, it's not going to come here unless there's an injury to Bradford.
Defense would like to make something happen here. And again, it's Varner. He gets through the first wave, cuts his way to the 15-yard line, out to the 17-yard line before he is finally down. No penalties on this play. Daniel had a bad debut last week against Tampa Bay. He was in there for 7 series, and they only moved the ball 15 yards total in those 7 series. And they also, like I said, they put a lot of money into Wentz, their number 1 pick, and eventually he expects to be the man, and you wonder long term. Although I will say this. You remember when, I think it was 2006, when Arizona had Kurt Warner, and they still went out and drafted Matt Leinart in the first round, Charlie? Chase Daniel goes to the tight end on the other side before L.J. Fort knocks out Chris Pantele. But everybody thought, oh my. In fact, Dennis Green, I think, called it a gift from heaven, the late Dennis Green, because they thought Matt Leinart might turn out to be. Well, it never did materialize. Kurt Warner stays there, continues on, and leads them to the Super Bowl against the Steelers. And
you can see Ken Whisenhunt, he was the head coach there, just said, I can't take it anymore. Leinart, you're going to sit down. He put Kurt Warner in there, and they had a remarkable season. I went all the way up to that Super Bowl loss here to the Steelers in Super Bowl 43.
So you never know. Now, and as far as Sam Bradford, you should just continue to play. Don't worry about stuff like that. And he was a little upset about it, which is never good to hear if you're a fan.
And he wanted things to be given to him, and that's something that was happening in St. Louis because first overall pick, you knew he was going to be the anointed starter from day one. He wanted that same type of comfort here in Philadelphia. It didn't necessarily happen. They know Carson Wentz will be the quarterback of the future here. He just has to go out and make the most of his opportunity this year because they feel they have a solid football team here in Philadelphia.
Daniel again back to pass now. Has his man across the 30, where he's wrapped up there. Trey Burton is the receiver.
That's one thing you see with this Philadelphia offense. You're going to see always somebody running shallow, crossing routes, anticipating man-to-man coverage. And if you get that, they're going to take their chances by hitting the receiver underneath and hope that he gets the first down.
All right, once again, they bring in number 9. That's David Watford. He played at Virginia, was the Cavaliers quarterback down there. He's one of those guys who can do a lot of different stuff if he gets his hands on the ball. Goes to Varner instead. And Varner gets out of bounds across the 35 to the 37-yard line.
See right here, Shabazz has to do a better job here coming from the outside of containing, allowing the running back to get outside for that first down. He has to do a better job of securing his gap.
So Watford, along with Marcus Johnson in the game, receivers. I remember watching that Watford kid at Virginia. He had a game in which he set an all-time completion record for the Cavaliers. 43 in one game. They've never done that, but he's a dual threat. He can be utilized in different ways and potentially a wildcat kind of guy if they chose to do that. Steelers have a bunch of new guys, including 45, who was just signed this week. So he's in the game. Mr. Rasco just a couple of practices under his belt. He's in on the tackle right there. A lot of pads popping across the 40 to the 43-yard line. These two teams will meet in week number 3. Iron Marshall was the ball carrier there. I really like Ford. Every time we talk about him, he's by the ball, isn't he? But there's kind of not many opportunities in the linebacking core at this point.
Yeah, and that's, what I love about him in training camp, every time he went one-on-one, he wanted to go up against Le'Veon Bell. Even though Bell won the majority of those decisions, I just love the competition on what Fort was able to bring to the table.
Third down, defense would like to get off the field. They had a chance to pin him down deep in their own territory, but they escaped. And now they're at the 43-yard line. Daniel, pressured by Ford, hits his man on the hot read, and that's good for a first down. And that is Byron Marshall into the game. Another one of those Oregon guys.
You see Chase Daniels standing in the pocket tall. Fort blitzes half a step slow. By getting there, Chase was able to get the football and deliver it for the first down. Here you see it right here. You'll see 54 come right up the gut. Half step too late.
39, Byron Marshall out of Oregon. Many say he was one of the fastest guys in college football when he was there with the Ducks. He gets the ball up the middle, and he gets pretty good yardage there before Shamarko Thomas knocks him down. We're going to switch up the hashtag for you now on Twitter. Hashtag player of the game. Which Steeler gets your player of the game? And at this point, we know there aren't many obvious choices there, but give us one. At KD Pomp, at Charlie Batch 16. 5 different minutes used here in this drive so far for Philadelphia. They came out and 2 penalties right off the bat, put them deep in their own territory inside the 5, and they've dug out of that hole now as Chase Daniels looks in and out of the hands of his intended receiver Panteley and almost picked off. Could have been.
Just trying to work the simple stick route. 5-yard out by the tight end here. Little outside. Nice job at the corner collapsing there. And that's the feature in this Philadelphia offense. They live off that 5 to 6 yard out. Trying to just, that's equivalent to their run play.
Another 3rd down. They've had a pretty good percentage in this drive when they come up with plays they need. They've made them. They're in Steeler territory now. Up 10-0. Chase Daniel looking down the field. One-hand catch and a beauty over there far side over Donald Washington. And that is Paul Turner with a beautiful acrobatic catch. Wow. Good coverage. Actually, it was White.
Beautiful catch. I mean, right there, eyes on the football, extending with the right arm. You can't ask for a better catch than that. If you want to turn the heads of a head coach, those are the plays that you have to make.
That is Odell Beckham territory right there. Quick hitter again underneath. Not much there. Again, it's White who comes up out of TCU for the Steelers defensively. And that is Trey Burton that time.
And the one thing about Philadelphia, if you follow this team the entire year, they are not afraid to call that simple play 8 to 10 times a game. That is equivalent to their run if they can get a free 5 to 6 yards. And the one thing about Philadelphia, if you follow this team the entire year, they are not afraid to call that simple play 8 to 10 times a game. That is equivalent to their run if they can get a free 5 to 6 yards.
Quickly moving down the field. This is a long drive after 2 penalties. Right up the middle goes Garner. He's down inside the 10 to the 5-yard line. Kenyon Barner here. Daniels 5 for 751 on this drive, and the ground game has worked as well as the Steelers defense is backing up.
They found a weakness here. They're running right at this Steelers defense. The front 7 here has to be able to close those gaps. You can't allow that play, especially when you enter into the red zone, because those are tough yards to get.
Steelers need to make a play. So far tonight, Philadelphia has made 4 game-changing plays. 4 interceptions of Landry Jones. 1 a return for a pick 6. 2 others denied Steelers points in the end zone. Chase Daniel looking into the end zone, and it's knocked away by Shabazz as he was going right there for Dion. Actually, the new guy, Dorial Green Beckham, who was just acquired 2 days ago in a trade.
You can see Shabazz, 6'2", 200 pounds, out of Westchester. They love his size for a corner.